everyone, it's Nicola here and Happy New Year's Day. I just realised it was New Year's Day when I went out earlier to go to Boots, the chemist, to pick up a prescription, and they were completely shut. And I stood there for a good 5 minutes trying to figure out why they were shut at 4 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. And then I suddenly realised because it's a bank holiday. And of course, because we don't have banks anywhere anymore, I couldn't look around and see if the banks were shut. So that was a pretty stupid thing, but it got me out the house anyway, so I was able to tick that little box on my moleskin diary. And the reason I needed to get out was because I needed to shake this really weird mood I've had all day. And the really reason I've had a really weird mood all day is because I spent all night last night going to bed early after I'd eaten my dinner early, so I was very pleased with myself, 2 more ticks on the box. But I was going to bed early when you've been staying up quite late is quite a weird thing, because you fall into a deep sleep much quicker at a different time of the night than you would normally. And it's sort of, well, I find it upsets my dreaming patterns. I'm a big dreamer, I dream a lot. But the reason I'm telling you all this is because I have recurring dreams, and last night was one of my recurring dreams. And it was not only that I was back at my hotel, I don't know if you know, but I owned a 12-bedroom hotel in Worthing that I bought no money down and turned into Worthing's first boutique hotel. And I often have a recurring dream about being back there, and there's several weird things about it. It's always very, very shabby. It's still running as a functioning hotel, and I still own it in my dream. But I've ignored it for a long time, and I've had to come back to try and make it work. And I have really strange feelings about all of that. Because when I bought the hotel and it was all freshly done and new, I renovated it in six weeks flat. And it opened in time for the summer season, and we had a fantastic summer season. And then we had a really good sort of winter season because lots of businesses were coming to stay in the new hotel, and it was more modern and up to date than all the other hotels in the town. So we had a really great year or two to start with, and I wasn't running it, so I wasn't working in it. I had an office in the hotel and I used to run my coaching business from there. But first of all, my dad's wife's daughter ran it for me, and then my dad ran it for me for a year with his wife while they were waiting to go to New Zealand. And Steve Watson came from my favourite restaurant, the Pepper Tree, and he ran it. And then I went off to Spain with my husband and children. We all came back again, so it was all very up and down about who was running it. But generally speaking, it worked fine because I had the E-Myth Revisited book in my back pocket, and I'd started the hotel with a How We Do It Here manual. And the point of the story I'm telling you now is that I keep having these recurring dreams where I go back and try and make a success of the hotel again. And it's really very strange because I've had quite a few business failures in my life. Well, quite a few, yes, every single one up until the point of reading Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and starting to take responsibility for my life. And then everything turned around and it started to go quite well. So today I want to talk to you about successful entrepreneurship being all about mindset. Now, I know this isn't what you want to hear. You want to hear the super sexy tactics and strategies and techniques and tips and all those wonderful, wonderful things that people all sell you all the time. But actually, it is all about mindset, because I can teach you all those things, but I can't make you do them. I can teach you all those things, but I can't make you believe that it's going to work for you. I can teach you all those things, but you won't take action unless you believe that you can be successful. Now, I was quite lucky for most of the time. I've had a really strong belief that anything I turn my hand to will be successful. In fact, my driving instructor once said to me, "You have plenty of confidence, but you're not very competent." So that's pretty much where I stand on the imposter syndrome stuff. I'm pretty confident all the time, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to make a success of most things. But when I look back over my many failures in the early days, and then not so many after I finally took 100% responsibility for myself, then I look back and I think, yes, it was always because my mindset faltered or my mindset changed that a business I was running at the time started to not do so well. It's always about the entrepreneur's mindset. The reason the hotel didn't last was quite frankly because I got bored. After about 3 or 4 years of running it, or not running it as the case may be, I got bored and I wanted to go and do internet marketing because I'd run my business, my first business, the Money Gym, and learned how to do internet marketing from that. I'd launched my hotel using internet marketing. It had a newsletter called The Diary of a Seaside Landlady, which was very popular indeed. I had about 8,000 subscribers at one point. And when I launched the hotel, I did all of it with email marketing. When I first started the Money Gym, I built up a mailing list. Google loved it because I was archiving the newsletter every single week, which was user-generated content on my simple little 5-page website. And then when I launched the hotel, I was able to, get loads of people to come and stay in the hotel because they wanted to see the hotel I'd bought no money down and what I'd done with it, which was great. And then I got a PR lady who came to stay, and we got talking, and she swapped PR services for coming to stay at the hotel occasionally. And it was all done through internet marketing or email marketing. And I was getting more and more excited about this. That's what I wanted to spend my whole time doing. I did not want to be running a hotel. Steve Watson, the hotel manager, had got into internet marketing as well. He wasn't that keen on being the manager of the hotel either. So here we have a hotel with no one to run it. And so what I did was I tried to find out if we could change the use of it and sell it off as residential houses. And if I'd been able to do that, then it would have been a really good profit-making exercise within 3 or 4 years. But as I say, I woke up from this dream last night with a very, very weird mood indeed. And it made me sort of quite reflective over the day. And I wonder why I keep having this recurring dream about the hotel. I also have a recurring dream that I'm going back to school to try and get a better education. So that's obviously playing in my mind as well. Not that I think education's worth that much, unless you put the things you learn into practice, and most of the things you learn at school aren't very useful. The things I learned to do at school which were useful was to read and to type. I learned how to type on one of those old-fashioned typewriters where it was really, really, really hard work. And you had to press really, really hard and have very short nails because it was quite an effort to press the key down. But it was the best thing I ever learned because it's enabled me to type stories, type emails, and type website copy really, really fast. So bringing this back to you now, what is it that you're thinking about that is stopping you getting started in your entrepreneurial journey? What is it that's causing you to pause or hesitate in your entrepreneurial journey? What's your brain telling you that's not giving you the right mindset for success? What's your brain saying, though, that nasty little voice inside you? What's it saying to you? And more importantly, how can you change it? So today I changed my state by going out for a short walk. I went to Boots and I went to the co-op, then I did a little brisk lap around the church graveyard, because there's nothing like a graveyard to change your mindset, is there? Because the one thing I haven't mentioned is that Steve Watson died very suddenly in 2016, and that changed my mindset quite dramatically about quite a lot of things, because Steve and I were together by then. Yeah, there's nothing like doing a once around the graveyard to get your mindset back in order, because of course the one thing that I've got that Steve doesn't have is I'm here. Who knows where he is, but I'm here. And it's no good letting your mindset get the better of you. So change your state, get outside, change your state, get into nature, do a once around the graveyard. I find meditation very helpful. If I've got a brain that's racing, I'll just lie down and do sort of 15 minutes meditation. And if I really can't do it the normal way, then I actually listen to a guided meditation. The other thing that's great for changing your mindset is journaling. I journal every single day in another moleskin diary, looks just like the first one. And journaling is really, really useful, I find, because it gets all of those swirling thoughts out of your head, all of those negative things that your little ego brain's telling you. You gets it out, and then sometimes I very rarely read it back. Some people do read their journals back, but I very rarely do. I find it just useful enough just to write it all down and keep writing till you feel better. That's the trick. Don't stop writing till you feel better. So if successful entrepreneurship is all about mindset, how can you get your mind into a great space, and how can you keep it there? And what can you do when you occasionally slip out of it? Because you don't want your mindset to trip you up and sabotage you like so many entrepreneurs find theirs does. I think I've rambled long enough now about my recurring dreams and mindset. So why don't you just use the comments below? Don't forget to click the like button while you're here. And use the comments below just to tell me if you have any recurring dreams, if you dream at all, and if you do, what do you dream about? Do you ever dream about previous businesses? I mean, I think I'm doomed to go back to that hotel in my dream until I work out what I did wrong the first time round. The weird thing that I haven't mentioned up until now is that Steve was there, and he often is. Either Steve's there and I'm trying to talk him into doing something in the hotel that he didn't want to do. I'm trying to talk to him about the how we do it here manual and persuade him that something I want changing is a good idea. Or the hotel's haunted, and every time I go up to the top of the hotel, it's actually haunted and I can't move around. My arms and legs won't move. So it's not a very enjoyable dream, except for the fact that I do get to see Steve in my dreams, which is always got to be a plus. And isn't that weird when you think about it? Anyway, not your normal video today. I'm not giving you a simple tip. I'm just telling you how I felt today, what caused it, and how I got out of it. You ought to tell me in the comments below whether you dream about old businesses, whether you've ever had an insight in your dream. I actually had an insight once that I could roller skate, and then when I woke up the next morning as a child, I could roller skate. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Perhaps an idea for a new business has come to you in your dreams. I wonder if entrepreneurs dream more often than other people. That's enough of this rambling, so I'm going to turn it off now. And if you're up for it, I'll see you tomorrow.